Hello, welcome to part 3 of my guide to building a great contraption. So in this part we're going to be covering construction, and construction is really important because if you don't make your machine well, then you're going to have a ton of problems. You're going to have problems. You have to build it sturdy enough for it to last the trip to the science center, going on the highway in a minivan. It's not going to be the smoothest trip. You got to build it sturdy enough that things don't jiggle loose and fall apart, because then you got to fix so many things by the time that you get there that you're not going to have a chance at winning anything. My team has always made it fit inside of a rectangular wooden and metal frame, like the kind that you guys did this year. Well, the exact same one, but because it gives clear sight to every step, and it gives it gives you a lot of access when you're looking at it and when you're trying to build and fix the machine. So it's good practice to build it sturdy. It's good to use wood glue, nails, and screws whenever possible because they're really strong and they'll give your machine a premium feel, plus they'll hold together really well. Hot glue can be very useful if used in moderation. Don't go slapping it on there just because it's an easy thing to do, because it will be easier to hot glue a lot of things rather than nail them or drill some holes and screw into it. But don't, because it looks like crap if you use too much of it. What we do is put some really hot glue down on like the end of a 2x4 if it's just going to be an upright, and then nail gun into the bottom of it, so the hot glue holds it and then the nails grip it tight. But if you don't have access to a nail gun, screws work just as well, and probably better. You got to make sure that everything is securely attached. Don't have things hanging on with tape or hot glue, basically. You don't want anything to flop around or be available to fall off when you don't want it to. And if you make it well, if you make the machine well and you make it sturdy, then you're not going to have a lot of last-minute repairs to do at competition day. Trust me, you don't want to be repairing it on competition day. The stress is very real, and you're probably not going to do the right thing when you're feeling that much stress. So, we have always adhered to a couple rules to building. Number 1, no dominoes. None. Don't do it. Nada. Zip. 9. No dominoes. It might seem like a good idea, but you will regret it. They suck. They are so finicky, they are not reliable at all, and they're a pain to reset. It's just not worth it. End of story. And numero dos is no duct tape. It does sound crazy, I know, but duct tape is not your friend in this competition because it's ugly, looks tacky, and it just doesn't fit. It doesn't paint well, it's always got rough edges, and it just looks tacky. I know I already said that, but it does. It just does not look good at all, and you want to present to the judges a good-looking machine, as well as good running, well performing, yeah. If you really need to use a tape of some sort, use something other than duct tape. Maybe Scotch tape if you can, because that does paint, but I wouldn't really recommend using tape at all. If you do absolutely need to use tape, I have some space grade Mylar tape that is used on satellites that you guys can have if you want it. And that concludes part 3 of my guide to building a great contraption. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in part 4.